G'day everyone, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Okay folks, well look, this is actually an image that Scott from Planet X News sent to me yesterday morning, approximately 24 hours ago, 25 hours ago. Now, Scott asked me to do some tests on it. And I started to, and then I responded to him and I said, look, these are really interesting photos. The picture was a bit blurry. And I asked if he could send me some clearer pictures. And he said, yep, no, not really, because that was the only pictures that he really had. So he sent me two more images, which were not a little bit clearer, not much. So I basically stuck with these. Now, the interesting thing here like I said, the interesting thing here is that in between or somewhere in the emails, something weird happened to my computer, and something also very weird happened in me being able to send emails, etc. What was interesting was that my computer would not, or it seemed, would not send and receive emails. Then, all of a sudden, my system needed an upgrade, and it upgraded my whole computer without my asking for it. And then when it came back on, I had this little black square, you know, the one that the computer geeks have on their things, with all this digital writing on it. I've been sending people emails since then and trying to receive emails. I haven't received one email in the last, I've received one email, sorry, in the last 24 hours. So there's something extremely fishy, and there's something extremely important about this particular photo or this group of photos. So, of course, I started hunting around a bit more. And now what I'm about to show you, I kind of hope that you would try and send it to everyone you can send it to, because it is that important. Hopefully I'll be able to get these to Scott somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I can't seem to send anything at the moment, so I'm left with no option but to go on this, and hopefully I can upload this to YouTube. But people need to see these images, folks. That's how important this is. It doesn't seem like much here at the moment, but you will see in a minute exactly how important these are. Or this image. I haven't tested this one. It's just this image, and to be honest with you, the other ones are irrelevant based on this one anyway. So try and get it out to, you know, all the Nibiru people who watch and know about Nibiru, and this James at Impossible Channel, all those people that do this stuff, because this is going to leave you in no doubt as to what is wrong with the sun. Okay, so let's go. Okay, here you go. Now, this is the original image with, and as you guys know, I don't change the image, I just change the color settings. That's it. So it's basically like an X-ray machine beaming through the objects or the image. And you know, like this can clearly be seen that there's an object there. And as I said, the picture's a bit fuzzy, but bear with me, it gets a bit better. And behind that object, you can see all these shadows in the background here. Well, if you have a look around, especially on this face here, you'll see that the actual explosion and the cloud from it is going over something. So this is one planet, and this round thing here is another planet behind it. Now, this is when it starts getting interesting. So this is just a slight variation on the last one. And as you can see, it's probably a little bit blurrier, but you know, for someone like myself who's looking at these all the time, it's not that bad. I do prefer them to be cleaner, I've got to be honest, but that wasn't possible. Now these yellow ones are obviously, look at the size of these planets here. You know, these are not small. When you consider this thing here, the white line, that's the sun in the middle of that, okay, on the inside of that. So that's, these aren't small, these are bloody huge. Now, because it's blurry, you're not going to really see that much. So they're the yellow ones. And like I said, folks, these images are a little bit blurry, but they get better. But if you have a look in the background here, you can see a circle. You can also see another circle here. And this is what caught my attention the most. You can obviously see a circle there. You know, that's indisputable. But you can definitely see one there. Now, when I'm going through these, as you watch the video, just stop it at any time so you can adjust your eyes to what's going on in the actual picture, okay? Now, as I've stated here, another colour variation. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. And you can clearly see that there's an outline of an object. Look, it's not clouds causing it or anything like that. It's an actual physical outline, i.e. circle. You look down here, you can see that there's another one there, clearly there. Clearly see it, okay? Now, if you're sitting in your own house, I'm hoping that you're sitting in a dark room because obviously residual light shining on the screen makes things harder to see. So if you're actually sitting there in a really bright room at the moment, turn the lights off and sit back from your screen and let your eyes adjust to this image. Because folks, this is one hell of a picture. You know, Scott needs to be commended for what he's done here. He's bloody found an absolute perler of a picture. So basically what you have here is, if you can see the line clearly stays in this image. Okay, folks, you probably heard that blip in the background. That was actually the only way I can communicate with. I still can't communicate with Scott, but I'm talking to the doctor via the Gmail account thing, Hangouts thing. That's odd in itself. Okay, look, you can clearly see these two images, these two objects, sorry. Like that is as clear as a bell. Once you break through the fuzziness on the front, you can actually get through to the back, and you can see that this is a massive, massive object. Like that, let's put this into perspective. That's it there. That's the sun. So this thing is like 4 times this one's twice, probably 3 times the size of the sun. Now, just keep that image in your mind and look at this thing. That's it from there to there. That's how big this thing is, from there to there, because you can clearly see. So sort of blends in a bit much up here, but you can clearly see the object around here. Look, goes from there to there. How big is that thing? And in actual fact, I've just realized something important actually. If you look at that from there to there, there's also another one out here. So this is actually 3. So you've got this one here, one going around there like that. And then on the back of that, because you see this planet here? This planet here is actually sitting behind this object. Look, it's only half a planet. So that one there behind it is as big again as this one because it's actually being hidden by this planet. And you can see that this is half a planet and this one is actually sitting behind that. Same thing again, just in different color perspective. You know, you clearly see the circle. Circle is there, circle is there, circle is there. Now you can see it. One and two. And like I said to you, you can actually see the outline of the third one. I didn't notice that before, so that's a newbie. I'm hoping you guys can clearly see that at your end. Look behind the front and you can clearly see the outline of this planet going past there. And here's the other thing that guarantees that this is real. This one here goes over that one there. You know, like I said, vision's a bit fuzzy, but you guys look at it yourselves at home in your own time. Because guys, this thing is just, these are just unbelievable. Like these are huge. These are not, you know, we were looking at blips a year ago. The other thing I want to point out to you is that these are in silhouette. So as you can see this explosion here, they're being lit up in the background. So what that tells me is that this light is only lighting them up. You know, either the face of these has gone past, or they're, you know, equal distance with the sun sort of thing, so that this is actually blaring across the front of them, just the front of them, to show up the back, if you know what I mean, to make this circle outline. Geez, they're big, folks. Geez, they're unbelievable. Look at that. Geez, I hope you guys can see that from here. Like I said, do it yourselves at home and zoom in and out on your own screens. Like this thing here, by the way, this one is 2 times the size of the sun. That one there, or about 1.5. That one there is 3 times, and this one's 4 times. And, you know, obviously if this one here at the back, that you can see the outline there for, has to be the same size as this really, if not bigger. Sorry folks, these are other tests that I was doing. Okay, this is inverted. Not much to see there. Probably wouldn't expect to see much. And like I said, because I can't really see, kind of see a little bit of a circle, not much. And that probably tells me that these things have gone past the sun. And we're seeing them being highlighted from the back. This is black and white, taken all the color out. I've desaturated it. You know, even though it's desaturated, you can still see that image and probably see it even better, to be honest with you, because there's no coloration in the pitch. You know, a little bit difficult to see the bottom one, but you can clearly see that there's a second outline edge there. So what I've said there, this is almost the exact size of these two objects, which it is, but I've made the circles a little bit bigger for you at home, so that if you want to enlarge these, you can go to it and you can actually see what I'm saying. But, you know, you can clearly see these things. God, you know. Look, I'll just go through these now and I'll just keep them at my screen level, and then you guys can actually enlarge them at your level so you can take your time with them. But there's no doubt about it, folks. These things are huge. These things are not just huge, these are massive. Here you go. What I'm going to do actually, give me 2 seconds, hang on. Okay, folks, welcome back. Right, here we go. I'm going to prove to you how big these things are. Oops, sorry. Back to front. Okay, well that's pretty well the size of the sun. Yeah. That's how big these objects are. That's our sun. You know, the thing that's the biggest thing in our solar system? Or supposed to be. Well, I think we've got new kids on the block that are bigger. That is a scary thought. Okay, so what I've done here now, I've copied this particular image, and the reason I did that was because just in case you can't see, because of the lines I'm putting on the screen, the top and the bottom object. So this is a top object. And even when I do that, it actually magnifies the outline of the other one on the bottom. And this is the bottom one. And as I said, at home, just sit there and open it up and zoom it in yourself, yeah? And this is with, I actually managed to highlight the background more than the front with these images to make it darker so that the darkness came through at the back. Now, because these are dark at the front, like I said, this tells me that these things have gone past the sun, or the front leading edge of them is just past the sun, and that they're being illuminated more or less from the back or the side so you can actually see the outline. Now, if these were a little bit further past, you might see them from the back showing forward, if you know what I mean. So, but they're not, I don't think they're not past the sun, put it that way. I may be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind that it is just one huge, massive planet? And don't forget, these aren't my images. These are Scott's from Planet X News. He found it because of this. He didn't know these were here, obviously, but he knew that was there, and he knew something else was here because of all the planets on this side. Look at all these planets at the front, by the way. Look at the size of this thing. That is almost the same size as that. Now you can see the darkness at the back. So, folks, we're not dealing with one little planet here. We're dealing with like a multitude of massive planets, bigger than our sun. There's one planet there that's bigger, one planet there that's bigger, and one planet there that's bigger. God knows if there's anything at the background that's bigger. But cast your eye around, just cast your eye around the image and look at these ones, for example. They are almost as big as the sun, but they're dwarfed because of the other ones. So as you're sitting there looking at these guys, in your mind, you should be prepping, thinking about prepping and how much you need to get done. Because I'm telling you, this is what's causing the sun to go berserk at the moment. Okay, that's the end of the images, folks. Well, folks, as always, we're going to end on the Lord's Prayer, and I can tell you this much. From of yesterday, I will not be doing too many more of these videos. And the reason I'm not going to be doing many more of these videos is because of the fact that all the evidence tells me that there is something here, folks. And I'm kind of wasting my time showing people pictures that proves that there's something here. I don't have to show you guys anything else, really. You can clearly see. If you can't clearly see, stop watching. If you are seeing it, then start prepping. If you're in between, start prepping. Simple as that. But get your spiritual house in order, folks, because this thing is here and this thing is coming. Soon. Very soon. For all I know, it's a year away, but that's a blink of an eyelid in the universe. Remember that. Okay, let's say the Lord's Prayer and think about not only our own spirituality, but the people who are sitting there that aren't getting any spiritual help at all. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And if you're wondering why a non-religious person like me says this prayer, I say this prayer for one simple reason, is because it's the only prayer that I remember being taught at school that was given to us by God. So if there is a God out there, and I hope the God there is, he's listened to me say this prayer. That's supposed to be his prayer. All right, folks, God bless. Love to all.